I want to talk to you today about time, more specifically, what to do with your time. What to do with your time once you're once you've given up alcohol, you're not drinking anymore. What do you do with that time you were spending before drinking, um, either with friends or by yourself? You give up alcohol, and if you were like me, you're going to have a lot of extra time. I was one of the people that liked to drink alone. That was my preferred, I guess, method of consumption. Once I gave that up, I had a lot of time on my hands. So you're getting sober and you're giving up alcohol, you're getting away from that kind of lifestyle. What are you going to do with all that time on your hands? That's a very important question to ask yourself. And it's very important to know how to handle it to stay sober. So I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about triggers. I guess if somebody came to me and they asked, "What do I got to do to stay sober? What do I need to stay away from, or what do I need to do?" Well, I would first say, what are you doing with that time you have, that extra time? That's extremely important. Find something to do with that extra time. Stay busy. You ever heard of the saying, idle hands are the devil's workshop? Well, that's especially true when you're giving up drinking and trying to get and stay sober. If you have that extra time on your hands and you don't have anything to do, that is a straight path back to where you were. So, what should you avoid? Or what should you aim towards? You can kind of go both ways. What to avoid? Number one, being alone. Much was my case. When I was trying to get sober, if I was around other people, I wasn't nearly as tempted to drink. My comfort zone was being by myself where I didn't have people to judge me when I was drinking. So I guess you could then say what else to avoid is, if you were a social drinker, well, obviously avoid social atmospheres where people are consuming alcohol. Also avoid being in situations where you are around friends who might not necessarily push you to drink. You're hopefully, if you're getting sober, you're going to let some other people know and let them know, or that you would hope that they would be of the right mindset, whereas they wouldn't try to tempt you. But don't put yourself in any situations where you're around people who might not push you to drink, but might offer it to you, at least starting out. That is a best practice. Now, I'm not saying you have to become like a hermit and stay away from everybody, because being by yourself can be dangerous when you're trying to stay sober. Steer towards, find things to do. Personally, I started hitting the gym more often. I had always liked working out, so I found that as something that I allowed that to drive me to stay sober. Get to the gym, use those extra hours where I would have been drinking, wear myself out at the gym. Let that motivate you. Use that as motivation. Become more physically fit. your body is already, like, if you give up alcohol, your body is already moving in the right direction. You're going to get more healthy. Um, you can just, you take it to even the next level. If you're a gym goer and you want to start working out more, you'll start to see changes and gains at the gym more quickly, and that's a positive. Another thing, me personally, I always like to fish. So between going to the gym and fishing, that just about took up all the time that I really needed to spend, as far as extra time that I had to spend. And then I like visiting with my family more often. You know, you'll feel a little bit more proud of yourself. I mean, you should feel proud of yourself if you're getting sober and you made that choice to improve your life. And hopefully there's people around that will appreciate it. I think your friends will. You might even make them jealous. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on a couple of those things that you really need to think about when you're getting sober. And this kind of goes back to a little bit of what I was mentioning in my previous video, where I talked about AA meetings, where I was going to the meetings. I had just gotten sober, you know, days in, a few weeks in, maybe a few months in, and this is all new territory. And you kind of want to know, you want to hear from other people who've been down this road what to expect. What should I be expecting? And I was in these AA meetings, which are structured, they're fine. It's just I wasn't getting any feedback, direct feedback. I wasn't getting the answers that I was looking for. So I went the route of getting a therapist to speak to on a regular basis. And that in and of itself changed my life. But you've got to think about, if you're just getting sober, what you're going to be doing with that extra time. You kind of have to have a plan if you're going to take it seriously, of what do I need to do. It's like, you make the choice to give up alcohol, great, but you kind of have to have a plan. Like, how am I going to go about this so that I can be successful? And I'm just telling you that probably the first thing you need to think about is what to do with your extra time. Because if you're like me, you're going to have a lot of extra time on your hands where you would have been drinking, and now you're not. So go to the gym, go fishing, get a hobby, golf, get into painting, anything. You know, it could be a recreational activity, join a social club, video games, I guess. Get into music, learn an instrument, visit family more often, travel. You know, now that alcohol is out of your life, you'll find that there's so much more to life, and there's much more of the world to see, instead of being numbed up by alcohol all the time. So anyway, I hope this little chat helped, and let me know what you think in the comments, and hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. Thanks for your time.